Hello, welcome. This afternoon, because it's been coming up so much in the cards in the daily readings, I just want to have a little talk about nurturing and honouring ourselves and standing in our own power, not giving our own power away. So often we give our own power away without realising, and something that we often don't realise is that people can only take our power from us if we allow them to, either people or situations or whatever's happening. It can only happen if we allow it to happen. But it's so easy to get caught in that little trap of not realising what we're doing. We so often want to help people so much that we can become a rescuer. And if we become the rescuer, ultimately, we end up being the victim. And it's just so easy to slip into that trap. It doesn't mean that we can't help people and we can't do things for them. It's just when we're doing everything for everybody else to our own detriment. When we're putting ourselves continually last, when we're getting angry and frustrated with the way things are going, yet we haven't actually said, well, no, I don't want to do that. Just going along for the sake of it to make other people happy, and then getting resentful and upset because we're not doing what we really want. So you're not actually being of service to anybody, particularly yourself, because if you continue to do this to yourself, it affects you spiritually, emotionally, and physically. You can make yourself physically ill if you continually give away your power. And it's such a simple thing to do, to give it away without even realising. A good little technique that I've found is, if you're feeling pressured into doing something, or you're not sure that you really desire to do it, or you're in a situation that you don't really feel is serving you or is right, I just find if you take 3 deep breaths, just quiet yourself for a minute and take 3 deep breaths and say, is this really the best thing for me to do for myself and for others? And just ask yourself that question, will doing this serve me and others the best? And don't think about it too hard, just wait for the answer for a second to pop into your mind and follow that guidance. Connect with your inner knowing, because deep within your soul and in your higher self and the God self that you are, you know what's best for you. It's just that you get swept all up in the moment of wanting to do and help, and you forget about yourself. And another way of giving away your power is dwelling on something that's happened that's upset you, and just telling that story over and over and over again in your mind, and each time it gets a little bit worse. You're putting so much energy into that it's inhibiting you from living a joyful life and doing the things that you need to be doing. So if you catch yourself doing that, just take a couple of deep breaths, pull yourself back in, and just say to yourself, now I can change this story. I can put a close to that story and I can tell a new story now. I can get involved in doing something else and let go of that, because if there's nothing I can do about it, it's already happened and I can't do anything about it. There's no good me hanging on to that and getting more and more upset about it. So that assists. Meditation definitely assists you in releasing stuck energy and anger and lots of things that are upsetting you. Another good way of releasing anger, if you're really, really angry and steaming, you can get a pillow and belt it, or if you've got a boxing bag, let the energy out that way. Go for a good jog and just release that energy. Some people get stuck into housework and scrub and rub, and that the only trouble with that is you tend to overdo it. Unless you really enjoy doing housework and you love doing that, well, yeah, go ahead and work it out that way. But it's really, really important that we release that anger and move on to more joyful things, because whatever or whoever we're angry at, us hanging on to that anger doesn't affect them in the slightest, or the situation. All it does is affect us and affect our health in general. So it's about balancing things, making sure you take time out to nurture yourself. If you feel like you're pressured into doing something that you really don't want to do, take a minute out before you answer and decide whether it really is for you or not. And if it's not, then you don't have to explain why. You just have to say, no thanks. We don't, we're not beholden to others to do everything to please them. I know most of us get pleasure from pleasing other people or being able to help, and there's nothing wrong with that, as long as we're not continually doing it at our own expense. And as long as we're not dishonouring ourselves by doing something that doesn't really sit well with us. If it doesn't sit well with you, then just don't do it. If it makes you sad and unhappy and doesn't fit right in your gut, in your solar plexus area, or you've had a gutful of whatever's happening, it comes back to you to take control and let it go. Don't allow people to keep taking your power, or situations to keep taking your power. You have the power. It's up to you to know that you are strong. You are lovely and loving and loved, and you can do whatever it is you choose. So choose to nurture yourself first, and that way you can help to nurture others when it's productive for you as well, because it's about it being for the good of all. Remember that you're important too, and so you have the ability to stand in your power, and you can do that without abusing your power as well. Like, standing in your power isn't about power over others. It's about being balanced and calm and doing the things that you enjoy, being strong enough to face the challenges that come up, strong enough to say, sorry, that doesn't suit me. If that's for you, fine, but that's not for me. Just have the strength to do that and say that. And you do have that strength within you. It's just a matter of you looking after you a little bit better. At another stage, I'll go through how you can help to look at where you're losing your power and where you're giving it away, and some other little things that you can do using automatic writing, and different methods like that you can discover where you where and why and how you're letting go of your power, and how you can rectify that and stand in your own power and be a strong and loving person in your own right. Love yourself enough to value yourself enough to say no, or to not allow people to have power over you or situations. It's not always people. It can be just a situation that you're allowing to really get you down. So it's a matter of knowing that you can deal and not allowing it to rule or run you. We can easily get in the habit of giving our power away and allowing others to manipulate and situations to manipulate and rule our lives when we could be living it much more joyfully. So yeah, but just by taking 3 deep breaths when you feel it happening, keep in tune. Feel how things feel in your solar plexus when there's a situation arising. Just take a couple of deep breaths into your solar plexus and see how it feels. And if it doesn't feel right, then don't do it. Let it go and say no. Okay, just a little short, brief chat. I will devise some other methods, write them down, and sort out things that you can do to assist you in this, because it is really important, and it has been coming up in the cards a lot about self-love, self-nurturing, and standing in your power, and they're really, really important things to help us live a satisfying, full, rewarding and happy life. And we all can do it. We've just got to trust in our inner power and know that we're being helped and looked after by our guides. Ask their assistance and they'll step in and help you as well. But we will look at that at another date further on, and I'll give you some more tips. But that's just one quick little tip. Just breathe into your solar plexus, just ask and feel how that feels, and don't be afraid to say no. Okay, well that's it for now. Have a wonderful day. Hope that was helpful. We'll do it more in depth at a later date. But for now, that's just hopefully a little quick thing you can do that will help you get through the day in a better way. Okay, love and blessings. Lovely to be here with you, and hopefully that's helpful. If you enjoyed it or found it helpful, please give it the thumbs up, hit subscribe and share. It's all down below. Okay, have a wonderful day. Love and blessings, Kath.